Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Stewart. I'm the lead financial coach and founder of Do Better Financial. And today I have a pretty heavy heart, as do most of the people around the country, and especially the ones in the South. We're dealing with the aftermath or the continuing ravaging Hurricane Harvey. From what I understand, it is still having an effect in the southern portion of Louisiana and also in the Baytown and Port Arthur area in Texas. Our prayers are with you. For those who were curious about whether or not you may have seen that my location is marked in Arlington Heights, Illinois. I am currently in Chicago. I cannot get back home. I left last Friday, and some people keep telling me to enjoy my vacation, and I'm like, it's not much of a vacation. I am watching my city disappear into a giant pool of unprecedented water. So just know that I am praying for everyone who has lost not just things, but especially family. My heart goes out to you. My prayers are with you, and hopefully soon my body will be with you, and we can start rebuilding this thing. So today's video is, it's marked as Weeconomy Wednesday because it is Wednesday, but we're really going to be talking about some of the specifics of disaster recovery in regards to Hurricane Harvey in particular. So I want to start with this. If you are not currently safe, nothing that I'm about to say matters. Get yourself safe first. If water is still rising, or if there's still a lot of water in your home, get out of it, find somewhere safe to be, and then you can rewatch this video later. So here's what I'm going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how to get help, and we're going to talk about how you can help if you are currently either not affected and living in the South or other places in the United States. Hi Trish, how Debbie, thanks for joining us today. So first thing, you want to file a claim for your damaged property with your insurance company. You can start this process without pictures, but go ahead and get it started. You need to file with your insurance company before you can get assistance from FEMA, because they supplement whatever insurance you have, but you can start the FEMA process as well. You can request assistance. I'm going to be looking at the screen a lot. I have a lot of emails and phone numbers on my screen, so bear with me. So you can request assistance at Disasterassistance.gov or 800-621-FEMA. That's 800-621-3362. You can go ahead and get on that wait list. It's going to take a while. Now, I'm sure some people, and I've shared it as well, have been seeing some information about needing to file before August 31st, midnight on August 31st, or rather September 1st, because there is some legislation that's going to go in effect that was passed in the House. There was legislation that went into effect that was passed in the House. However, and I'm going to be keeping an eye on this website because I'm sure there will be more rumors. Hi, Darren. Thanks for joining us today. If you go to www.fema.gov/hurricane-harvey, I'm going to post all of these very long URLs in the comments of this video later. There's a tab called Rumor Control, and one of the rumors is that if you don't file, let me explain what the bill does. It was House Bill, sorry, lots of numbers in this House Bill. House Bill 1774 was passed, and what it did was it affected the amount of penalty that an insurance company would be charged for being slow to fully pay out a claim by an insured person. So the rumor that was going around was that you needed to file by August 31st in order to be included in the, originally, if a company didn't fulfill your claim in a reasonable amount of time, they could be charged 18% penalty, which would be paid to you, the insured. Now, as of September 1st, that's going to drop to 10%. However, and this is according to FEMA, that only does not affect flood insurance, because it is provided through the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, which was created by Congress. So all that legislation that's been going around is actually going to affect other types of claims, but not flood insurance policies and claims. So you do not have to rush on that. I would suggest you get started anyway, because it's going to be a long process, but you do not have to rush, especially if you're not safe. Again, if you're not safe, none of this matters. Get safe first, okay? All right, so those are the first two things. Next thing, food assistance. So I'm sure some of you have seen on Facebook, especially if you're in the Houston area, that HISD will be providing 3 meals for students. I'm not sure exactly on the length of time, but I'll get the information on that and share that as well. And there is a disaster SNAP program, which is SNAP is similar is what we would typically refer to as food stamps. There's a disaster SNAP program. So if you already have food stamps, you qualify for what's called DSNAP, disaster SNAP. Or if you don't have it and you have either lost your job or you've lost electricity and lost all your food, you can qualify for DSNAP as well, regardless of income. There may still be some requirements, but I didn't see any on the website. The phone number to request assistance from DSNAP is 1-877-541-7905. Or you can dial 211-STAR, which is a local number in Houston. You can also find their information on Disasterassistance.gov. Disasterassistance.gov has a lot of information. You're going to have to kind of dig through a little bit of it. So if you wanted the FEMA information, you need to go to the housing tab. If you want to go to food and nutrition, they have on there, it's called the Disaster Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. And they have special ones for Louisiana and Mississippi as well. And then they have a special one for Texas. So when you go to that website, you'll be able to see all of that there. And they have another one for insurance. They have a lot of different categories there. So check out that website, Disasterassistance.gov. That's the one you want to go to for FEMA or for emergency food. All right, next, disaster unemployment. So if your job has either been flooded out or you can't get to work, they do have disaster unemployment assistance that's being offered through the Texas Workforce Commission. Of course, this is Texas specific. For those in Louisiana and wherever else this storm might head, I'm sure they will have something for you as well, but this is Texas specific. It's through the Texas Workforce Commission. You can either call at 800-939-6631, or you can go online to UI, that's Ursula and investment .texasworkforce.org. You're going to go there and you can apply for disaster unemployment assistance. Next, mortgages, student loans, credit cards, car loans, phone companies. Go ahead and start calling these people if you're safe, as I've said before, if you've gotten settled somewhere else, and letting them know what's happened, and that especially if you're going to be needing to apply for unemployment assistance, that you're not going to be paying these bills. You're not going to have the money. You're probably going to need this money to get resettled. Hi, Shaka. Thanks for joining us today. So go ahead and call these people. Usually mortgage companies are going to work with you, especially if you weren't already behind. Student loan people will probably work with you. You will still be accruing interest on these, but they should be able to give you an emergency waiver of payment. Now, I have been seeing a little bit of static on Facebook as to some apartment complexes won't be waiving. I know, like I said, there are a lot of people who either can't get to work or whose jobs have been completely wiped out by this. Talk to your apartment complex. Hopefully they will be good corporate citizens and realize that this is an emergency situation. If they're not, I'm going to encourage you to blast them all over social media, call their corporate headquarters, make them feel like dirt until they work with you. This is a seriously emergency situation. This is not, you BSing them. This is what this is. Now, if you have the money to pay and you just don't want to pay, they're going to get you, and you should get got. You need to pay them if you have the money to pay, especially if your apartment is habitable or if your dwelling is habitable. Now, if it's not, like I said, you really need to call them, have a one-on-one conversation. The lines might be busy, call them again. Especially, I know my company is closed for the entire week, which is great for me because I don't have to worry about taking vacation to be stuck in Chicago. But if you are off for whatever reason, whether your car got flooded out or whatever that is, or you can't get to work, the buses aren't running, so on and so forth, this is the time to start making them calls. Use this time to start making those phone calls, making these arrangements so that when the bills start coming in, you've already had conversations and you're not getting yourself in a tizzy, because as we know, the 1st is coming up pretty quick. It's actually on Friday. So start making these calls now, especially for those bills that are due on Friday. For those of you who are able to start getting back into your house, be very careful. Those fumes from, standing water that's been there 3-4 days can be toxic. Wear masks, wear gloves, be prepared to throw almost everything away. I know that's going to hurt a lot, but here's what I want you to do before you throw anything away. Take pictures of everything. Take pictures of everything, and you need to create an inventory list. I'm also going to post a link on the best way to do that. I've also read a little bit that you probably don't want to throw things away. You're going to want to put them out on a tarp so FEMA can assess them later. I'm not sure on the validity of that, so I'm going to check it and get back to you. I may actually be doing another live video later this week to clear up some of this information, because there's so much of it. If you haven't filed for your car, if you lost your vehicle already, go ahead and file for your car. Yeah, I know it's a lot of information. I'm trying not to overload you, but I don't want this video to take forever, because if you need this information, I want you to be able to get to what you need quickly. So take pictures of everything, create an inventory list. I'm going to put in a link. Hi, Tiffany. Thanks for joining us today. I'm going to put in a link to tell you what the inventory list should look like, or what FEMA is expecting, what they're probably going to do when they come to your residence. And last but not least, I already mentioned you can go to Disasterassistance.gov, or for other information, and it'll usually link you back to disaster assistance. But for instance, for the rumor information, you can go to fema.gov/hurricaneharvey. So that's the information that I have right now for people who need to get help. Hi, Kenneth. Thanks for joining us today. Hi, Phyllis. Thanks for joining us today. For the people who need to get help right now. Go ahead and start filing your claims, whether it's for your car or your property. Go ahead and start calling those companies that you owe money to, that you have regular bills with, things like that. Start requesting your FEMA assistance at Disasterassistance.gov, or your food assistance for DSNAP. Start looking for your unemployment assistance at ui.texasworkforce.org, and take pictures of everything and create your inventory. So the second thing of this video today, choose over here, I put my fingers out of the screen. Second thing on this video today is how you can help. So if you are in the Houston, Southern Texas region, you can obviously probably get there and put your hands to some work. I know a lot of places have been overrun with volunteers. Don't let that deter you. People are still going to need help after this week. So if you are looking to come and put your hands on some work, there's going to be a lot of cleaning up to do in residential homes and businesses over the next coming, not just weeks, but months probably. So don't get discouraged. If you go to a place, you go to the Berry Center, you go to Westfield High School, you go to George R. Brown, and they say they're full on volunteers. This is not the only time to volunteer. People are going to need help probably through Christmas. So, you could definitely schedule your time, schedule yourself a weekend. In Chicago, I had a girl tell me that they have actually got $89 flights to Houston over the next couple of weeks, just so that people can help. They're trying to help people get into the city to put their hands on some work. So there's going to be a lot to do. But if you can't get there, here are some things you can do. You can donate money to a variety of Houston relief funds. Of course, the American Red Cross is one. Mayor Sylvester Turner has set up one. There are all kinds of GoFundMe's. I think J.J. Watt is doing one. I'm not sure which one his is connected with. You can donate to the Salvation Army. I think I said the American Red Cross. There's a bunch. And then there are also individual churches and organizations that will be helping as well. So for instance, my church, Connecting Fellowship, we will be serving as another ground zero. We did it once in the tax day floods, and it's like deja vu all over again. We're going to be doing it again. It's up on the north side near Greens Point. I know Fallbrook Church up on the north side is currently a shelter, and they're helping people out in that area. They're all over the city. There's not a shortage of people who need help here. And while they may say, all right, we've got enough stuff today, you're talking about people who lost everything. So while they got enough diapers for this week, next week they're going to need diapers again. So let me give you a few of the options for donations if you can't come to Houston, or if you're not looking to donate to a general fund. You can donate blood to the blood banks. You can donate food you can donate to the Houston Food Bank. You can donate to, there's a couple other food banks. There's one that's going to be serving Louisiana. There's one that's going to be serving Galveston and the Port Aransas area. I think there's even another one that serves. Hi, Crystal. Thanks for joining us today. I think there's another food bank that serves the who's getting hit today. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Baton Rouge. So there are a bunch of food banks you can donate to. You can also donate to shelters in Dallas. A lot of the people who have been evacuated from Houston have gone to Dallas. So you can look into donating to some shelters there. I'm going to try and get a bigger list together so you know what the URLs. I didn't have time to get them all. I'm sorry. I've been trying to gather all this information. There are diaper banks that you can donate to, and they distribute all around the city. They're similar to food banks. There are animal shelters. They've been rescuing lots of animals. And I'm sure a lot have been lost. So you can donate to animal shelters as well. Airbnb has actually offered a program. You can list your home to host people for free if you list by September 1st. So you want to look into that, think long and hard about it, because you're going to have strangers in your house. But if that's something that you're prepared to do, that is something that you can do, and you would basically be opening up your home to anybody who can make it to you who books first, and you can still do the normal vetting process, I believe. But look into that. You can open your home up on Airbnb. You can also become a FEMA volunteer. Now, there was a post going around on Facebook talking about how you can make $4,000 to $5,000 a week by becoming a FEMA volunteer. That is true. That is not a rumor. However, from what I saw on the fema.gov/hurricaneharvey website, they're currently not accepting any more applications because of the influx. So if you still want to do that, you can go and apply, just not sure when you might get you can go and apply for other things, but not necessarily directly for the hurricane assistance program through FEMA. There are other organizations that will be helping, and I'm going to post a list of those as well a little bit later. So that was a lot of information really fast. I talked really fast. If you didn't understand any of it, please let me know either in the comments or you can DM me directly. I'm going to start posting all of these links, all of these phone numbers, and trying to clear up some of the rumors that have been flying around right after this video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I want to thank the Arlington Heights Library for giving me a really nice, basically a sound studio for the day, because I'm stranded. So thank you guys. Everybody stay safe. If you're not safe, ignore this video until you are. And once you are safe, then you can come and play it again. I'm going to share it, I promise. Thanks, guys. God bless Texas and Southern Louisiana. We're really going to need it.